No, ideology. Your ideology got in the way, just like asset saves ideology. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Wonderful.
I call Alfred Naro.
Speaker, I stand here and I proudly wear this ribbon here. It's the purple ribbon. It's the ribbon that stands for World Elder Abuse Day. And so, Mr. Speaker, in respect of that, I will not abuse our elderly gentleman over here, but instead I'll give him some reality. Mr. Speaker, here I stand in front of the House, hand on heart, and I shall say to the member that I, in the Select Committee, heard the submissions, Mr. Speaker. Hand on heart. Not only did I hear the submissions, all 21 of them, and 20 of them were written by the Labour Party, but Mr. Speaker, I heard all that they had to say, Mr. Speaker. And so therefore, there you go, the honourable gentleman, I heard them hand on heart. But Mr. Speaker, the words that were shouted and ranted from over there was about theory. And I want to acknowledge that the honourable member as a lecturer and a teacher of theory. But Mr. Speaker, I stand here today, not as a member of theory, but as a member of reality, Mr. Speaker. Because this party is the party of reality. But the member wants to hear about where is the evidence. Well, let's just say this. The Welfare Working Group took a longitudinal study around MSD, and began to see the impacts on long-term dependency for those that were on the benefit. And what it clearly showed, here's the reality, Mr. Speaker, the negative effects that it had on those who are on benefits. Mr. Speaker, how can you argue with that? But Mr. Speaker, this is reality, Mr. Speaker. This is what we're giving them. So what did we do? Under the Honourable Minister, Mrs. Bennett, she turned around and said this, that we wanted to deliver better public services. We want to have better choices. We want to bring our people out of poverty, Mr. Speaker. We want a more active welfare system. That's what we want. We want a more active welfare system. So this bill will not only modernise what is an outdated system, but, Mr. Speaker, it will also to enable this workforce. Mr. Speaker, this is the thing that I suppose gets me, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order, Dr. Rashing Prasad.
It's a serious point of order, Mr. Speaker. The member has referred to a study, but he hasn't told us what study it was.
No,
if he could just help us with that.
No, look, once again, that's interrupting the member. I pulled up a government member for doing the exact thing earlier. These are debating points. Alfred Naro.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is the thing that I stand. Again, here's the point of reality, and this is what they don't like. They don't like the reality looking straight at them. And that's it, because the reality is this. In the election, with all the promises that were made by that party, what did it do, Mr. Speaker? The reality is they lost their votes. We didn't lose our votes, we gained our votes. So here's the reality. You've become a one-trick pony. You've kept our people in poverty. You keep preaching the same message, Labor, sorry, Mr. Speaker, Labor have kept our people in poverty. That's what it does. Why? Because this is it. And you still want to say that our people need benefits. What we are saying, Mr. Speaker, we need opportunity. That's what the Speaker does. That's what this bill does, Mr. Speaker. It's that opportunity that it's giving to us. So we stand here, hand on heart, heard the submissions, but we're no longer about theory. We're no longer about theory, Mr. Speaker. We are about the reality of giving our people an opportunity so that they can see a brighter future. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Is this a split call? Is this a split call?
It is a split call, Mr. Speaker.